How we doing, folks? How we doing, folks? It's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. How we doing? Just fixing my camera. All right. How we doing, folks? Good morning, top of the morning to you. It's Kelley, coming into you on a Saturday. Let me fix my camera. It's a little loose, folks. We're just getting started. There we go. We got it. Okay, how we doing, folks? It's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. Good Saturday morning to you. How's everybody doing? Decided to pop in today on the Saturday. Let y'all know I'm still here. I was here yesterday, but we're here again today. Finished talking about what we were talking about yesterday, and what was that? All things type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, gestational diabetes, you name it. In all forms of insulin resistance, that's what we're going to talk about. How we doing, folks? Thanks for joining me. It's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. In Houston now, 11 years. Ooh, 15 years and almost 15 years in Texas all together. It's been a while. And do me a favor, folks. Share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with prediabetes, gestational diabetes, type 2 diabetes, all these forms of high blood sugar, right? Send them my way. Send us live to them. Let them know we care about them. Okay? How we doing? And also do me a favor and bebop that screen, double tap that screen, and share this live out. Then share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. Type 2 diabetes. It is a dietary and lifestyle driven condition. Meaning, it was the diet and lifestyle that caused it. So if it's the diet and lifestyle that caused it, shouldn't it be the same diet and lifestyle that gets you out of it? Folks, that's what we're going to uncover. That's what we're going to untap today. That's what we're going to crack the mold open on today, chip away and find out, can you really reverse this thing? Or do you have to take metformin and Manjaros and glipicides and all of these other, medications? Do we have to take that, or is there a different way? Now, here's the thing. I'm not a doctor. It's not medical advice. Can't give you medical advice. Can't tell you to take your medicine or stop taking your medicine. Like, I can't tell you to do that. It's not my call. That's between you and the doctor. But what I can tell you is if you change what's at the end of your fork, now that right there, your nutrition, man, when it comes to defeating type 2 diabetes, clean nutrition, clean eating, that's going to be your best friend. Yeah. You're like, well, what's clean eating? Eating real, whole, unprocessed foods. Because here's the thing, folks, as we're going to discover today, we're going to talk about the difference between the two fuel sources. As we're going to discover, it is the foods that you're eating that's predominantly causing you to have high blood sugar from a type 2 diabetics. So if you're sick of type 2 diabetes running your life, then some things are going to have to change. Specifically where? In your lifestyle. Do me a favor, folks. Double tap that screen and share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. My name is Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, and talk about all things type 2 diabetes, erectile dysfunction, all forms of insulin resistance. Like, what is it? We're going to talk about what it is today. And then once I tell you what it is, I'm going to tell you how to defeat it using the food as the medicine. Because, folks, here's the thing. The medicine is the food. Did you know that? Food is the medicine, and the medicine is the food. Do me a favor, folks, and bebop that screen, double tap that screen, and then, like I said, share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with prediabetes. Prediabetes is like, what's prediabetes? Well, prediabetes is just another form of insulin. It's just insulin resistance. That's all it is. So a lot of people say, oh, I'm just a pre-diabetic, so it really doesn't matter. I don't really have to take it that seriously because I'm just pre-diabetic, right? I don't really have to take it that seriously. Maybe in the future I have to take it seriously, but right now I'm just in the pre-stage. It's like, no, that's not how it goes, okay? You're not just in the pre-stage. Yeah, you're in the pre-stage as far as what they're saying. It's the pre-stage, but when you're pre-diabetic, it's just a fancy way of saying you're already insulin resistant. It just hasn't gotten bad yet. That's all it means. Just a fancy way of saying that. That's it. You know what I mean? How bad did you let it get? Usually when your A1C starts, which we're going to talk about here in a second, usually when your A1C starts to getting about, 6.4, 6.5-ish, they start talking about, okay, now it's time to start talking about some medication. Now it's time. But we don't want it to get there, folks. We don't want it to get there. Do me a favor, folks, and put new in the chat. If you're new in the chat, put a new in the chat if you're new in the chat. My name's Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist. Do me a favor and also tap in with me and let me know where you're from. I'm out of Houston, Texas. I teach people that, listen, if you're sick of type 2 diabetes and you're tired of it running your life, that's the problem that I'm here to solve. I'm here to help you solve that problem. Because I totally get it. I totally get how frustrating it is to have high blood sugar every single day. Like every day you wake up, your blood sugar is just high. Here's the thing, though. You deserve something that actually works. And then that's why I created the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Just for people just like you who are struggling with high blood sugar every single day. Because I did it. I struggled with high blood sugar. A few years ago, I had diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. All the triple whammy. So I turned that all around. So that's what's going to happen to you. Real change. Imagine that. Reversing type 2 diabetes naturally. Imagine you reversing type 2 diabetes naturally. So that way, you don't ever have to worry about your blood sugar, be concerned about that, or freak out about your blood sugar ever again. Why? It's because you got down to the root of it. You got down to the root of the problem. And the root of the problem was, it was predominantly what you were eating. Just like it was for me. We're going to talk about that. That's what we're going to uncover. That's what we're going to uncover today, folks. The difference between diesel fuel versus unleaded fuel. All right? I don't have diabetes anymore. I don't have heart disease anymore. I'm not obese. What did I do? Well, you're like, well, what'd you do then? Well, all I did was change what I was eating. That's it. That's the key thing. Change what I was eating. Now, a lot of people are like, man, it's got to be more to it than that. No, there really isn't. There really isn't. You take all the medication in the world. This is what I discovered, that you can take all the medication in the world. You can take it until your face turns blue, pretty much. But here's the thing. When the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. Think about that. Say it again. When the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. You master that simple little concept right there, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. Like I said before, I don't think anybody should have to suffer with type 2 diabetes. Insulin resistance. Why? Because it's a totally preventable and totally reversible condition. You're like, well, why do you say that, Kelley? Well, like I said before, I did it. Over 300 people who have joined the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, they're starting to do it. 14 days, these people are turning around their life because they were sick and tired of diabetes running their life. So they decided, you know what? I'm going to run my own life. So that's it, folks. Let's get into it. Let's see how many questions y'all got. See if y'all got any questions for your boy. Let's see. Put your questions in the chat, folks. This is Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. Stay away from enriched processed foods, refined sugar, problem solved. Well, now, if it were that easy, everybody would do it. That's part of it, but yeah. Let's go. Love the topic. Let's go. That's what we talk. I love the name, Burger Boys. Okay. That's quite the name. It's quite the name. But yeah, this is your Q&A time, folks. So any Q&A, any questions that you got for me, throw them in the chat. Oh, shoot. Man, we're just going to get to it. We're going to get into start talking about all things A1C. If you have a high A1C, how do you bring it down? Like for me, for instance, when I went to the doctor, mine was a 6.5. How do you bring it down? That's what we're going to uncover today. But before we get into that, we got to figure out what the hell, who's this enemy that we're fighting? It's a villain. Type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance is the cause of literally the root cause of everything. The root cause of all your conditions. The root cause of heart disease, the root cause of arthritis, all of this stuff. You know, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, erectile dysfunction, PCOS. This is all related to insulin resistance. Big Foods wants to keep us sick, someone says. If the whole world got healed, here's the thing, boss. If the whole world went to eating whole foods, eating a predominantly whole, unprocessed diet, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, aka beans, and then your leaner sources of protein, whatever protein you choose. So whether it's chicken, turkey, you know, it's turkey season, tofu, tempeh, steak, eggs, fish, whatever you prefer, just make sure it's the leaner sources. If the world ate like that, the pharmaceutical industry would crumble. All of the, because type 2 diabetes is predominantly, insulin resistance is predominantly the cause of everything. Type 2 diabetes would cease to exist if the world ate like that. Why? It's because it's predominantly what you're eating. There's a lot of other things that are involved. There's stress that's involved. There's activity that's involved. There's eating, sleeping, but it's predominantly what you're eating. Like for me, for instance, like I showed you before, it's predominantly what I was eating. Here it is. It's predominantly what I was eating, folks. This is it. It was predominantly what I was eating. You see that? Predominantly what I was eating. That's it. Look, no more. No more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. It was predominantly what I was eating. That was it. That was it. No more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. I just changed what I was eating. That was it, folks. I just changed what I was eating. You change what you're eating, you change the trajectory of your life, basically. You change the trajectory of your life. Yeah, predominant. Predominant is the key word. Mostly. Predominantly what you're eating. You figure that out. For real, you figure that out. Which I'm going to teach you today. The difference between the two fuel sources. You figure that out. Diabetes will cease to exist in your life. I promise you it will. You won't be sick and tired of it running your life anymore, because it ain't going to be running your life. But until you do that, It's going to run your life. Someone said, well, what's the challenge? The challenge, the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, which over 300 people have joined. It is or accepted. It is a 14-day blueprint for folks who are suffering from high blood sugar. If you're suffering from high blood sugar and insulin resistance, if you had it for many, many years, like me, for instance, like I did, then the 14-day challenge is calling your name. It is a nutrition blueprint. Everything's all laid out for you for 14 days. Just follow the script, just like over 300 people have done. What are people doing in this challenge? People have lowered their A1C from an 8 to a 6 in 14 days. From a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. Someone else did on day 8. On day 1, their fasting blood sugar was at a 500, and day 8 was at a 173. That's over 300 points in 8 days. That's the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What is it? We're still doing that Black Friday deal. So Black Friday deal still going. Today's the last day for the Black Friday deal on that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Where is it? It's right in my bio. If you click here, you click on my picture again, I'm going to show you where it is. That's what it is. It's for folks who are ready for serious change. If you're ready for serious change, this one is going to be for you. Black Friday is when you want to get it right now. Even though Black Friday was yesterday, we still got it going on today. Here it is. Here's where everything is, folks. I'm going to show you all the goodies are. Here's the quiz, the masterclass. So if you click here, you click on my picture again. Here's where all the goodies are, folks. There is the quiz, the masterclass right here. All the goodies are here, folks. Quiz, masterclass, 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That's it right there. So right there, 14-day blood sugar challenge. Quiz is free. Masterclass is free. All you got to pay is attention. Only thing that I got to charge you for is this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Why? Because it's, like I said before, it's real people getting real results in 14 days. Real people. They come on and tell the stories all the time. It's amazing stories. All right? If you're ready to take control of your blood sugar, if that's you, you say, damn it, enough's enough. I'm sick and tired of diabetes running my life. You know what that means? That means that it's time to do something different. And this 14-day challenge is that something different. It's $99 to join that challenge. But if you use the live discount code, we're still running it, Black25. That's it, Black25. 30% off, $69 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Over 300 people have done, by the way, getting them. I may would show up and do the work, do it again the next day. You do that, I promise you'll be successful. Show up, you do the work, do it again the next day. Like I said, it's $99 to join that challenge. But if you use that discount code, Black25, $69 to join that challenge, 30% off. What is tempeh? Tempeh is it's a plant-based. It's a plant-based. It's kind of like it's a higher in protein source. What the heck tempeh made out of? I think it's soy. Yeah, but it's higher in protein. It's real crunchy. It's kind of, yeah, it's a plant-based protein. I'm pre-diabetic, taking 20 milliliters of cholesterol medication. What should I do? Well, Daniel, it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. What are you trying to accomplish is a better question. Danelle, are you trying to get off of the medication? Or what are you trying to do? Should you listen to your doctor? I don't know what you mean. Congratulations. Appreciate that, boss. I did what I said. A1C was 14. Now it's 6 versus of diet, VQs of diet change. Not sure what you mean by that one. It was a 14. Now it's at a 6. Oh, because of diet change. I got it. I read it now. So yeah, that's it, man. That's it. It was a 14, your A1C. Now it's at a 6. Simply why? Because of what? Your diet change. Because that's what it is, folks. I'm gonna keep sounding like a broken record, but that's what it is. If you don't fix that first, I promise you, diabetes will persist. So if you resist changing what you're eating, it will persist, and it will continue to progress. That's the word. Type 2 diabetes is a very progressive condition. Meaning, what does that mean? That means if you don't do anything, if you continue to do what you've been doing, you continue to do the same old stuff that you've been doing, just taking all the medications, not changing your lifestyle, not changing what you're eating, not changing your stress management, not moving your body, not getting effective sleep, it's going to persist. It's going to progress because that's how it works. But here's the thing, though. If you change, everything will change for you because that outside stuff's not going to change. But if you change, everything's going to change for you. I promise you. Let's see here. What's the ideal number for A1C? Hi, how's it going? What's the ideal number for A1C? You know what? Now's a good time to talk about A1C. Let's get into it, folks. Let's start talking about, do me a favor, folks. Put A1C in the chat. Do me a favor and put that A1C in the chat. Let's talk about what it is. Put A1C in the chat if you want to know what an A1C is. So a lot of folks really don't understand what it means to actually have diabetes. So let's find out what it actually means to have type 2 diabetes. Throw A1C in the chat, folks. It's a good time to get into segue into A. Okay, mine is a 6. It's a good time to segue. Because we ain't going to be on here long today, folks. We got a shorter live today. How long? We're going to be in here for hour and a half, another hour and a half. The challenge is a nutrition challenge, and it's a blood sugar reset challenge. It's for those people who are struggling with high blood sugar. If you're struggling with high blood sugar, if you got an A1C that's been real high for a real long time, then that 14-day challenge is calling your name. If that's you, the 14-day challenge is calling your name, right? If you get to the point where change isn't just desired, where it's downright necessary, that 14-day challenge is calling your name. If you're suffering from high blood sugar, 14-day challenge is calling your name. It's linked in my bio. If you use that discount code BLACK25, we're still using that. We're still going to that Black Friday today. Today's the last day of that Black Friday deal for joining that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, which over 300 people have done, by the way. Join that 14-day challenge. Here it is. Let's get into it. Like I said, BLACK25. That's the discount code to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where your blood sugar, never be the same again. Your A1C, like we're getting ready to talk about right now, never be the same. Hemoglobin, A1C, what the hell is it? Let's get into it right quick. Quick lesson today. Here it is. Who's ever gone to the doctor and gotten their, maybe you say you're anemic or you've got low iron. Who's ever gone to the doctor and they've experienced that before? Maybe they're anemic or they got low iron. Yeah, that's me. If that's you, AJ, 14-day challenge is calling your name. Use that discount code BLACK25. Join that challenge. 30% off. All right, hemoglobin. Yep, hemoglobin. Here it is. The word hemo means iron and oxygen. So you go into the doctor, got your hemoglobin A1C tested. It's hemo means iron and oxygen. So it means why are you always tired? If you're always tired and all of that, that's due to you not having enough oxygen-rich blood. That's what hemoglobin is. Oxygen-rich blood needs to go through every cell of your body. That's what globin means. So protein, It's globin. So iron and oxygen rich blood being carried through every cell of your body by a protein. You're like, well, simplify that, Kelley. Okay, well, here's what hemoglobin is. Every time you breathe, you know when you breathe in and out? When you breathe in and out, that's hemoglobin. Oxygen-rich blood. See how long you can go without holding your breath. My guess is not very long. Not very long, folks, because you need oxygen-rich blood. So that's what hemoglobin is. Very important. This stuff's so important, you don't have enough of it, doctors will give you a freaking blood transfusion. That's how important this stuff is. Okay, A1C is how much sugar has actually been stuck to your hemoglobin over the past 3 months, 3 to 4 months. How much sugar has been stuck to basically your life? When you're like, what do you mean sugar? How much? What do you mean stuck to it? Well, take a Jolly Rancher, put it in your mouth, and let that sticky stuff get all over your fingers and get all nasty and gushy. That, folks, is the sticky stuff that I'm talking about. That nasty, sticky stuff where you want to go wash your hands. Imagine that being stuck to every cell of your body. That's what it means. It is a percent, folks. So it is the percent of sugar that has been stuck to your hemoglobin over the past 3 to 4 months. Do me a favor, folks. If you're comfortable with it, put your A1C in the chat. Like whatever your A1C is, throw it in the chat. Like mine got up to a 6.5. That's what mine got to, a 6.5. If you're comfortable with it, folks, throw your A1C in the chat. Throw it in there. Put it in there. Over here as well, put your A1C in the chat. 6.8. Okay, here we go. 6.5, 7.9. Okay, what else we got? So got some 10s. Okay, what else? Any other ones? 5.8. 5.8. Okay. Okay. Well, those numbers are a percent. Any other ones? All right, 8.5. We got some more coming in. 6.2. 6.0. Okay. Let's see. Those numbers are a percent. And it can go anywhere from about 4 to 30. 4 on the low end, 30 on the high end. Those numbers that y'all, 7.7, 5.7, those are percents that you're calling out. A percent of what? The percent of sugar that is stuck to your hemoglobin, that has been stuck to your hemoglobin over the past 3 months. It is the average. Okay? Who can tell me what happens when your A1C is a 5.7 through a 6.4? What does that mean, folks? You go to the doctor, you come back and you get your report back, 5.7 to 6.4. What does that mean? Who can tell me what it means? Yeah, pre what? Yeah, everybody's putting pre what? Pre what? Why is I'll answer that question, AJ. The Down phenomenon. We'll answer that. Stick around. I got you. Pre-diabetes. That's it. That's it. Pre-diabetes. But what does that mean to be a pre-diabetic? Let's find out what that means. Like I told you earlier, remember I hinted to you earlier that pre-diabetes is no different than being a type 2 diabetic. It just means that it just hasn't gotten bad yet. Last question, folks. The last question. Who can tell me what the most important hormone is in the body? Most important hormone, is it cortisol? There's a lot of important hormones. Is it cortisol? Is it estrogen? Is it testosterone? Like, which one is the most important one? Like, there's a lot of important ones. Is it dopamine? What do we think? Okay. Insulin, somebody says. Protein. Okay. Most important hormone in the body. Is it cortisol? What do we think? Is it testosterone? Estrogen and progesterone, somebody said. Okay. Here it is. It is insulin. It is insulin, folks. Insulin being the most important hormone in the body. How is it so important? Why do I know? Ask a type 1 diabetic, how long can they go without their insulin? And the answer is going to be not for very long. They can't go without it for very long is because they're insulin dependent. That's what it means to be a type 1 diabetic, insulin dependent. A type 2 diabetic means you're insulin resistant. Meaning you're becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the body. So that can't be a good thing if you're becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the body. That's what this number is telling you. So the higher the percent is, the more insulin resistant you are becoming. Can type 2 become type 1? Yeah, type 1.5, they call it. Yeah, it can. I'm type 2, so here it is. That's it. Who can tell me what happens now when we up the ante? So prediabetes means you're already sick. It means it just hasn't gotten bad yet. Who can tell me what happens when your A1C reaches a 6.5 or higher? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What then? What does that mean? Yeah, okay, diabetes. I see it. I already see it. Diabetes. All right. So, but what does that mean to be a diabetic? To have diabetes means this. In simple terms, I'm going to say it as simply as I possibly can say it. It means that the higher the number is, when your A1C, the higher the number is, the faster you're checking out of here. Why? It's because when you're a diabetic, it means when your number starts getting 6, 7 higher, it means you're becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the body. And like I said earlier, you cannot be resistant. You don't want to be resistant to the most important hormone in the body. Insulin is responsible for your energy. It's responsible for opening up the cells to give you the energy to be able to move. You see how I'm moving about right now? Blinking my eyes and moving, and that's all due to insulin. Blood sugar and insulin, they work together. Without them, you're done. So type 2 diabetics means that the higher the number is, the more resistant you are, which means the faster you're aging. What do I mean you're aging? Remember how I said this hemoglobin A1C is the percent of sugar? The higher the percent of sugar is, and it stays that way, the more you're damaging all of your organs. The more your cells are rusting. It's called glycation. The more your cells are rusting. It's kind of like if you look at a pipe, and a pipe's all nice and clear in the beginning, but then over time, it turns into all rusty and nasty looking and brown looking. Well, it's the same thing that's happening to your cells. It's called oxidation. They rust, AKA you get older a lot faster than what you should. You check out of here maybe like, 15, 20 years too soon. It means you got a faster date with the Grim Reaper, because the sugar is literally choking the life out of you. Remember what we said hemoglobin was earlier? Hemoglobin is literally the life that you breathe. Oxygen-rich blood needs to go to every cell of your body. It's why you can't hold your breath for a very long time. No more than like 30, 45 seconds, you can hold your breath before you need to breathe, because you need to get some oxygen-rich blood into your cells immediately. So that's what it means to be a diabetic, folks, a type 2 diabetic. It means that you're playing with danger. Like the alarm bell should be going, because this is a very serious hormone. Insulin, the most serious, is the joker. You ever play spades? The highest card is the joker. It's the joker. Insulin. All the other cards are like, deuces and all the other stuff. All of those other cards are like the other hormones. But there's only one joker in that deck. You know what I'm saying? Insulin is that joker. If you do not fix insulin, it will take you out of here. I promise you it will. Very, very silently. My sister passed away at the age of 55 years old in her sleep 2 years ago due to complications from type 2 diabetes, from having too much insulin for very, very many years, having too much blood sugar stuck to her hemoglobin, and she passed away at the age of 55 years old due to type 2 diabetes complications. So if this is making sense to y'all folks on what it means the hemoglobin A1C really is, this is making sense to you. Put a health yes in the chat. Put a health yes in the chat. This is making sense to you. I'm going to tell you how to fix it here in a second. But I want to, and because from the foods that you're eating, but I wanted to make sure that this makes sense to you and what it means to have diabetes. It means if you want to live a little bit longer, you bring that number back down to the ideal range of 5.3. It's about where we want it, right? Put a health yes in the chat. Health yes in the chat. This is making sense to you. Health yes. Health yes. Yes, there you go. Health yes. Health yes. There we go. Is my comment showing? Yeah, I got you. Your comments are showing. How do you do the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge? I'm going to tell you here in a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna get to you right now. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Health, yes, please get to the point. As I got to go to work, thank you. Well, if you got to go to work, go to work. That is the point. Go to work. If you got to go to work, you go to work. That's the point. Health, yes. Health, yes. Health, yes. Health, yes. All right, there it is. Health. Okay, great. Great. Let me see. How do you get to? Yeah, so that's making sense to y'all, folks. So let me show you. Let me show you where it is. Where is the help? You're like, well, where's the help, man? Can you help me? Where's the help? Here's the help. If you click right here, I'm going to show you where all the goodies are. And then you click on my picture again. If you're ready to take this number seriously now, if you're ready to stop playing around with this number, here it is. Click here, click on my picture again. It's going to take you here, folks. See that right there? It's going to take you right there. Just click that link that says Linktree. There it is. This link is like Disney World, folks. Disney World for someone who is suffering from type 2 diabetes. Because what's on it? The quiz is a free quiz. Go take the quiz. The masterclass is a free masterclass. All you got to pay is attention. That's it. 45-minute masterclass. Woo! But that quiz is going to tell you, how have you been managing this number? You've been doing a great job managing this number or not? That's what the quiz is going to tell you. So take the quiz, register for the masterclass, both free. But right here, there's a lot of goodies on here, folks. But right here, this one is for my folks who are saying, you know what? Change isn't just desired. It's downright necessary. If you're sick of type 2 diabetes running your life, that's the problem that we're here to solve. That's it. Because I get how frustrating it is to have to deal with high blood sugar every single day. I get it. So your next step is simple. Join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right here. Say 14-day blueprint. It says if you follow this blueprint, you're going to start reversing type 2 diabetes naturally. It is a nutrition blueprint. Lots of people have joined this challenge. Over 300 people have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Ready to take control of your blood sugar and imagine, you know what I mean, actually starting to reverse type 2 diabetes and owning your health. Can you imagine doing that? You do this challenge. That's going to be the start of it. It's $99 you join this challenge. But normally, $99 you join this challenge. But right now, we're still doing the Black Friday deal. Black Friday still going around, even though it was Flat Friday, it was yesterday. We're still here with the last of it. Okay, 30% off, $69. You're doing that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That is the live discount code, BLACK25, to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's all your stuff, that everything's there. That link is in my bio. You're ready to get out of that bottomless pit of more and more medication. That's it. More and more and more and more medication. It's a bottomless pit, right? Kind of like if you've ever watched The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy, when he's like, I want the knife, and he looks down the hole, that big bottomless pit. You ever seen that movie? That's what taking medication is like. It's just like more and more, and nothing has changed. Nothing is going to change. Here's the thing. If nothing changes, nothing is going to change. So for things to change, you are going to have to change, because everything else is going to stay the same. Diabetes is going to stay the same. All that, it's just going to continue to run the world. You can't control any of that. But what you can control is yourself. You can change, and everything's going to change for you. I promise you it will. So if you're ready to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster, join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code, BLACK25. Let's see. Any other questions? Once I click right out. No. You got to click here. And then you click on my picture again. You'll still be able to hear me. Should still be able to hear me. So if you click here, click on my picture again, you should still be able to hear your boy. Here you go, right here. You see that? And you click right there, it says Linktree. Boom, there it is. That's where all the goodies are, folks. Free quiz, free masterclass, free PDF on there. There's a lot of freebies on that, but that's just information. That's just a lot of information. It's a lot of knowledge I'm going to give you on there through all the masterclass and all that stuff. All free stuff, all good stuff, all knowledge. But here's the thing about that, though. Knowledge without power, knowledge without action is just entertainment. If you say, listen, man, I get the knowledge. I need help. I get the knowledge. Like I can read some stuff. Like, yeah, great. But I need a step-by-step. Like I need someone to hold my hand every step of the way. If that's you, you need somebody to hold your hand every step of the way. To give you a blueprint to say, what do I need to eat? When do I need to eat? How do I need to eat it? If that's you, then the 14-day challenge is calling your name. Let's see. Use that discount code of BLACK25. That's it. $69 to join that challenge. It's amazing how my body feels normal when I eat healthy foods. Yeah. Your body feels normal. You feel good, right? Hey, check it out. Check it out. About 60 human beings are walking around. Most of the people are walking around about like 60% of what they could be. 60% of what they actually could be. Instead of them going in at 100%, 60%. When you simply change what you're eating, if you simply change what you are eating, you will notice how your body will start to change. Your energy levels will start to change. You change your eating to what? Real, whole, unprocessed foods, what we're going to talk about next. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, aka beans. These foods. You continue to eat these foods day in and day out. You maintain your pace, as I always say. whoa, sky's the limit. You talking about, we talked about here, this number right here, this A1C number right here, this hemoglobin A1C. We talked about that and how to get this number back down. How do you get that number back down? You get it back down through how you are eating, how you are sleeping, how you are managing your stress, and how you are, so it's managing your stress, moving your body, how you're eating, especially, and how you're sleeping. Alcohol, folks, alcohol, if you're suffering from insulin resistance, alcohol is not going to be your friend. Do me a favor, folks, a couple more folks just join us in the room. Do me a favor and tap in with me and let me know where you're from, what city you're from, what country you're from, what state you're from. My name is Kelley, Certified Holistic Nutritionist. Talk about all things type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance. If type 2 diabetes is running your life, if you are tired of that, if you're tired of it running your life, because I know exactly how it feels to have high blood sugar. Join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Well, your health, I promise you, is never going to be the same again. Your life, your blood sugar, none of that stuff is never going to be the same, because this is where the start of it. This is where people start to reverse type 2 diabetes. And at the end, you'll never have to freak out about having high blood sugar again. You hang out with me for a little while. Hang out with me for 14 days. And by the end of it, you ain't going to have to freak out anymore. You're going to get yourself off of that blood sugar roller coaster. Because I told you, I know how it is. I had it. I had diabetes. So let's see. Where the folks from? St. Louis. But can I pay you to be my coach? You can. You can be my coachee. Right? You join the challenge. You join the challenge first. That's step number 1. See if we're a good fit. If you can make it through the challenge, you're a good fit. 14 days. It's called a challenge. $69 to join that challenge. You join that challenge. You get through that challenge. And we can talk a little bit more. But the challenge is going to take you outside of your comfort zone for 14 days. To let you know that it's the entire time it's been the food. California. Shout out to California. Jamaica. Hampton, Virginia. Ooh, my old stomping grounds. I lived in Hampton, man. Come on now. Going through the tunnel. Ooh, I was in the Navy, of course. So of course, that's why I lived there. Buckinghamshire, UK. Shout out to you. Wildomore, California. Wildomore. That sounds like something out of a Harry Potter movie. Wildomore. Mississippi. Shout out to Mississippi. Yes, Tony B, straight out of the North Kakalaki. Shout out to the North Kakalaki. Can you tell me how to join? But can you tell me how to join? But like basically talk to me like I'm a kindergarten. I got you. Here it is. I'm about to show you. Erica, I got you. I'm gonna show you right here. As soon as I get finished reading where the folks are from. Jamaica. What is your A1C now? And now it is at a 5.2, 5.3. So we started off at a 6.5. Now it's at a 5.2, 5.3. I'm unfortunate with the emotional imbalance that high blood sugar brings. I get it. I get how frustrating it is. I had diabetes and the brain fog is crazy. I get the highs and the lows. Let's go. Let's see here, right here. Let me show you where it is. What's my favorite healthy meal? It always starts like this. So it doesn't really matter. I totally changed my relationship with food, but here's what I concentrate on. A protein, a healthy fat, and a non-starchy veggie. For instance, could be something like fish and asparagus with an avocado on the side, right? You know what I'm saying? My stuff's basic now. I just keep it bad. Like my relationship with, I still eat, but my relationship with food has totally changed. So I just keep it simple all the time. I'm boring. I really am. Crash out. I'm going through the same, but I'm not. Here we go. I need help, but I need help. Here it is. Let me show you where it is. Who was that asking earlier where it was? Erica. Erica? Here we go. Here it is. So you said like a kindergartner, right? Do me a favor. Here it is. Click right here. So you click here, and then you click on my picture again. You got to click on my picture again. So you got to click my picture here. Click on my picture again. You got me? You click there. You clicked on my picture again. And then here, click there. Click on my picture again. And it's going to take you right here. It's going to take you right here. See that link that says Linktree? You click it. There it is. It's all the goodies right there. 14-day challenge right there. Click it. Accept the challenge. It says $99. Put your information in. It's going to ask you for the discount code. What's the discount code? Black25. You put that in. It's going to drop it down to $69 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. $69. That's the Black Friday deal. We still got going on. Last day of the Black Friday deal, folks. And then it's going back up to the regular price. This 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, which over 300 people have joined, by the way. 300 people have joined. Eating to live, not living to eat. That's it. My daughter was just diagnosed with type 1. Whoa. She was DKA blood sugar 1300. Whoa. Was in the ICU for a few days. Man, A1C 10.4. Man, shout out to your daughter, Matthew, man. Hopefully she gets well, man. That's crazy. Type 1 is, yeah, it's pretty serious. Pretty serious. How old is your daughter? That's a better question. Usually can happen anywhere between the ages of probably not even 1 year old yet. And then sometimes it happens, when you're like 20, 22, early 20s. Usually happens around that time. Curious to see how old she is. What's the P on your PACE formula again? Stands for peaceful mind. Peaceful mind. If you want to know more about that formula, it's also linked in my bio as well. Where is it? Here it is. All right here. Boom. Peaceful mind right here. Here's where that formula is. So it's the freedom formula. Peaceful mind stands for maintaining your pace, having a peaceful mind, having an active body, clean eating, effective sleep. How do you defeat type 2 diabetes? By getting those 4 areas right. Having a peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. Those 4 areas right there. You master those 4 areas. I promise you, diabetes will cease to exist in your life. You don't have to worry about it running your life anymore because you're going to be running it. But here's the thing, though. We got to get out. To do that, we got to get outside of our comfort zone, folks. To defeat type 2 diabetes, the only way to do it is to get outside of your comfort zone. That's the only way to do it. Because like I said before, you can take as much medications as you want. But if you ain't got your lifestyle right first, it ain't going to really matter. If diabetes is your challenge, convenience won't fix it. Change will. Change. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. Like, yo, man, change. Like, man, I would rather cut off my left pinky than change. You know what I mean? I'd rather eat fire than to change. Why? Here's the only time that human beings will change, folks. 2 times. Pain and the fear of future pain. If you ain't in enough pain, you ain't gonna change. I can talk to you about this A1C number all day long and how dangerous and what this number actually really means. I can talk to you about it all day long. But when I say you gotta actually change to do this, people are like, oh, hell no, man. I thought that it was some kind of quick fix. I thought that I could just take some kind of medication and next thing you know, it's gone. No. It's simple. It's simple to change your numbers for the better. It's simple, but it ain't easy. Because it involves change. And that is the one thing that most people don't want to do. Nobody, everybody wants to stay inside of their comfort zone. Everybody does. Why? Because it's a beautiful place. The comfort zone, it's a beautiful place. But if you ever wanted to get rid of type 2 diabetes, if you ever wanted to get off of those meds, if you ever wanted to get your life back and get out of that bottomless pit of more and more meds, you're going to have to do something different. You're going to have to come outside of your comfort zone. You're going to have to come way outside of it. Because that's where it is. Everything that you want, here it is. Everything that you want when it comes to defeating type 2 diabetes, if you're sick of it running your life, everything that you want and you don't have yet is outside of your comfort zone. That's where it is. It's outside of your comfort zone. You want it, but you don't have it because it's outside of your comfort zone. But if you step outside of your comfort zone, everything that you want is right there. You step outside of your comfort zone, everything that you want is right there. So when I say, hey, listen, it's time to join. If you're struggling with type 2 diabetes and it's running your life, and I get how frustrating that is to have high blood sugar every day. Your next step is simple. Join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where it's real people getting real results. People just like you. And someone just joined the challenge, so shout out to them. Shout out to them for joining that 14-day challenge. I told you, didn't I tell you? It's people just like you, over 300, who are suffering from high blood sugar. They don't suffer from it anymore. Been people that's gotten off of their medication, that gotten off of their insulin, their fast-acting insulin, all of that. Been people who've been taken off their medication by the doctor after 14 days. That's the power of nutrition. Imagine actually reversing type 2 diabetes and owning your health. Can you imagine that? You imagine one day like, damn, you look back and you're like, I reversed type 2 diabetes. Imagine how good that's going to feel. Well, you never get to freak out. You never have to freak out about your blood sugar again. You imagine how good that's going to feel? People who are joining the challenge, that's what they're feeling. If you want to join that challenge, today is the last day to use this discount code, BLACK25. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Normally $99 to join this challenge. But if you use that discount code, BLACK25, you join the challenge for $69. 30% off on this Black Friday, the last day of the Black Friday deal. 30% off. Where I promise you, you show up and you do the work, your blood sugar ain't never going to look the same again. You ain't going to look the same again like, whoo. So if you're sick of type 2 diabetes running your life, join the 14-day challenge. Let's go. Use that discount code, BLACK25. Let's go. Let's see if we got any other questions. What questions? Congratulations. No, congratulations to you. How much water factors in with a healthy diet? Well, you want to make sure you're hydrated. The rule of thumb is, here's a simple rule of thumb, is I'm going to drink some water right now, if you'll pardon me. Simple rule of thumb is this. Drink half your body weight in water. So if you weigh 120 pounds, drink 60 ounces of water. But the idea is just to stay hydrated. Stay hydrated, right? That's the idea. Stay hydrated as much as you possibly can. But that's just a good rule of thumb. Day one, if I eat 2 to 3 boiled eggs and cucumber and some greens with breakfast, should I eat beans? You could. Who's day one? Day one of what? Eat 2 to 3 eggs, a cucumber, and some greens with a bean. Should I eat beans? Day one. Are you talking about day one of the challenge? That's not day one of the challenge, how it goes. But yeah, go back through module. If you're talking about the challenge, go back through lesson 1 and 2 again. Yeah. It takes serious commitment. It does. What do I need to do? You need to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You can click right up here. And then you click on my picture again. So you click on my picture here. Click on my picture again. Here's what you need to do, folks. And when you come to that picture again, you're going to come right here. When does the challenge start? The challenge starts when you go grocery shopping. Here it is. You see this right here? Click right there. Boom. Everything's right here. The quiz, masterclass, the 14-day challenge is right here. Click on that one. There it is. $99. Boom. $69 once you use that discount code BLACK25. But it starts with here. Click on my picture again. So you got to click on my picture, right? Everything's my picture. And then right there, it says Linktree. And you'll see all the goodies. You'll see them all there. 14-day challenge. Yeah, go, Marine lady, yeah, go back through section number 1 and 2 again. I mean, go back through lessons 1 and 2 again. Okay? Yeah, so yeah, start from the beginning. I see your message. When does the challenge start? The challenge starts when you go grocery shopping. When you go get your groceries, that's when it starts. That's when it starts. When you say, I've got all my recipes, I got all my marching orders, I got my marching orders, I'm ready to go, boom, that's when your challenge starts. It feels great when it begins to happen. It does. Where do I get it? Click the link in my bio right there. Yeah. Marine lady. Yeah, if you're on the challenge, go back and read the video. Go back and read. If you have the groceries, go back and read. Go back through section 1 and 2. Watch videos 1 and 2. It'll get you right. I promise you it will. Yeah. But beans are going to be your best friend. Beans, if you're suffering from insulin resistance, folks, beans are going to be your best friends because those are resistant starch. So don't avoid the beans, folks. Don't avoid them. Resistant starch is great. People are like, what don't beans raise my blood sugar? Yeah, they do, but they do it slowly. That gives your insulin a chance to respond. So when your insulin has a chance to respond, that's a beautiful thing. Beans can't be digested. They're a resistant starch, so they resist digestion. And your gut bacteria loves it. So all of the fiber in the beans, like, whoo, you need it. It's great. Shout out to you. Appreciate the hearts, Summer. Yeah, do me a favor. Yeah, bebop that screen. Double tap. Thank you, Summer, for saying that. Double tap that screen. Share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. What is that? Pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes, all of that stuff. How's it going? Shout out to my folks over on this other side. Let's see. I got a question over here. The question is, I will do the challenge, but I don't know what you're talking about. Here it is. You don't know what I'm talking about, what you're talking about as far as the challenge is concerned. The challenge is a 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. This is a nutrition blueprint. So if you follow this blueprint, let me show you on the other camera over here. Let me show you where it is. So if you click that on my other socials, so I'm on all the socials, folks. I'm everywhere. So if you click that link in my description, there's a link in my profile, my description. You click that link and you're going to come to one that looks just like this. Once you click that link, it's going to come right here. Click that one right there that says 14-day challenge. There it is. That's where you accept the challenge. Normally it says $99 to join that challenge, but if you use that discount code, Black25, you join the challenge for $69 to join that challenge. Couple of questions. So any other questions you got over there, put them in the chat. Okay. All right. So let's shift gears a little bit, folks, and let's talk about what do you have to eat. We talk about lowering our A1C, don't we? That's what we were talking about. But the question is, you said, Kelley, it's predominantly what you're eating. What do you mean it's predominantly what you're eating? What do you mean it's predominantly what you're eating? Well, we're going to find out. All right. Here we go. Let's find out what we've been eating. My number is 56. Is that good? Is 56 what? Like your 56 is good. You mean like your fasting blood sugar? 56? No, that's not. That's low. You know what I mean? You want it between 70 and 100. Someone asked earlier about the dawn phenomenon. Let me get to the dawn phenomenon first, and then we'll talk about the food. The dawn phenomenon, a lot of people ask me in the morning, well, why do I always have high blood sugar in the morning if I haven't even eaten anything? I hadn't eaten anything, but my blood sugar's high in the morning. Why? Well, it's because of the dawn phenomenon. Everybody has high blood sugar in the morning. It's nature's way of waking you up. Having high blood sugar is a way of nature's way of saying, cock-a-doodle-doo, time to get up, hang out with the roosters. Time to hang out with the roosters. Get up. But when you're insulin, so everybody has high blood sugar. So, but if you're insulin resistant, here's the thing though. If you're insulin resistant, your numbers are going to be even higher. So why your numbers are going to be even higher? It's because you're insulin resistant. So there should be less than 100. So anywhere between like 70 and 100, your number should be. My number is around 100 to 105. So you're right on the edge. You're on that pre-diabetic. You're right on that. You're in that pre-diabetic range. So anything over 100, you're going to be in the pre-diabetic range. Anything over 125 or 126, 125, 126, now you're in the diabetic range. So everybody has high blood sugar in the morning. Question is, why is yours higher? It's because you're insulin resistant. So yours may be 150, yours may be 200, yours may be 250. I mean, it totally depends. But it's going to be way higher than that 100. So to get your number back to where you need it to be, to get it under that 100, to get it into the ideal range, you're going to have to do something different. You're going to have to switch your fuel source. Fuel source. You're going to have to switch it. You're like, well, what do you mean your fuel source? Here's what I mean. I mean, you're going to have to change what you're eating. And let's get into it. There's two categories. There is either going to be the unleaded category, unleaded, and then the other side is going to be for the diesel fuel. You go to the gas station. What kind of gas do you put in your car? You go to the gas station. What kind of gas do you put in your car? Do you put unleaded, or do you put diesel fuel into your car? What do you put into it? All right. Every time you go to the gas station, do you pull up and you put 87? What do you put? What kind of gas do you put in your car? That's the question. I'm going to give you some examples of these foods. Unleaded could be things like kale. Diesel is going to be things like candy. When you go to the gas station, you want to put unleaded fuel into your car. Because if you put unleaded in, your car runs like it's supposed to. But if you put diesel fuel into your unleaded burning engine, your car is going to break down. Your engine is going to break down based on the fuel source that you decided to fill up on. And folks, it is the same thing that happens to the human body. There's only two fuel sources. Everything that you eat is going to be either unleaded fuel, which the car is designed, your engine is designed to run on, or it is going to be diesel fuel, which you put that into your unleaded burning engine, your car is going to break. Your engine's going to crap out early. And you got to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to get the freaking engine fixed, and the engine still won't work right, even though you spent thousands of dollars to try to get the damn engine fixed. Same thing is happening to you. So start throwing some of your favorite foods. So name your favorite food, folks, and we're going to find out which category does it go in. Does it go in the unleaded fuel category, or does it go into the diesel fuel category? Right, so start naming out some of your foods. Over here we got kale, we got salmon, we got over here we got candy. Maybe we got some soda. Over here, this is the diesel fuel category. So name out your favorite food, folks. Okay, potato chips. Right? You can have some chips from time to time, but you got to get the better quality of chips, right? Better quality of chips. You want to decide to have some chips from time to time. All right, name out some of your foods. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got. Collard greens, those are going to go over here. Collards, all right. That's going to go in the unleaded category. So that's clean burning fuel, what your body is supposed to run on. The unleaded fuel, I get it. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Honey buns. Honey buns and lemon heads. Lemon heads are going to go over here. That's candy, right? Lemon heads are going to go over into the diesel fuel category. Honey buns, that's a good one. Honey buns. We're talking about how to get our numbers down, right, folks? We're talking about how to defeat type 2 diabetes. I told you it was the diet that was mainly causing it, right? But we got to find out what is it that we're eating that's causing our condition to either worsen or to get better. Just tell them to stop mixing their greens with the carbs. The carbs that fix most of the problem. Okay, there it is. Boom. Yogurt. All right. Yogurt's going to go over here. Yogurt's going to go in the diesel fuel category. Baked beans, the ones like you get out of the can, those are going to go over. Baked beans are good. You're baking some beans. If you got some beans and you got some dry beans and you bake some garbanzo beans or some chickpeas. But if you're talking about the baked beans, the one like Bush's baked beans, no, those are going to go in the diesel fuel category, right? But I don't know. Maybe I put baked beans over here, but I'm going to put an asterisk over here. I'm going to put baked beans over here. Baked beans. Because they are beans, right? Put those in red because those are, we don't know what kind of, we're talking about the canned beans. Broccoli, right over here. Name your favorite food, folks. Doesn't even have to, or name any food, folks. That's the name of the game. You got to participate in this game because everything that you eat, folks, is going to go in one of these categories. is either going to be unleaded fuel, which your body is designed to run on the unleaded, or it's going to be the diesel fuel. You don't want the diesel fuel. You don't want to put diesel fuel, folks, into your unleaded burning engine. It's going to freaking crap out on you. But most of us fill up on diesel fuel. It's why our blood sugar has been out of control for many, many years. It's why you're sick and tired of diabetes running your life, because of these foods. And we got to find out, damn it, we got to get down to the bottom of why you have high blood sugar. And we're going to figure it out right now. So which category of food does it go in? Name your food, folks. Name your junk food, name your whatever. Name your food, folks. Don't be bashful. What are you? Because food is very, very personal. You guys are telling me that food is not very, very personal to you. You don't have a favorite food? Come on now. What do you love? And we're going to find out which category does it go in. Celery and cucumbers. All right. Those are veggies. So celery. Let me go over here. Celery. Cucumbers. Boom. Eggs. Boiled eggs. Okay. We're just going to put eggs over here. These are whole foods. Okay, bacon. All right, we're gonna go bacon over here. Bacon is gonna go in the diesel fuel category, right? You put diesel fuel, the analogy goes like this, folks. We're doing this analogy. The diesel fuel category, you don't want to fill your car up with diesel fuel because the engine's gonna break down. You want to fill up on the unleaded, and your car will run like a freaking champ. Carrots. Thank you for the daily heart meat. Carrots. What else? Tell you name it. Berries. Berries are great. Yeah, all berries. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries. All right. Beef. You want to put beef over here? All right, put it in that category. Sausage links and patties. Now that is going to go over here in the diesel fuel category. Sausage. How do you spell sausage? Yeah, that's it. Sausage and sausage links, sausages, sausage links, patties, all of that stuff. Diesel fuel category. Beans. We already got beans over here, but beans. Somebody said baked beans, but we got beans. Beans are the superfood, folks. Those are the for someone who's suffering from type 2 diabetes, folks. This one right here, these beans are going to be the highlight, should always be the highlight of your meals. Like these beans, telling you, magic. Let's see what else. Berries, beets. Okay, beets are gonna go over here. But y'all are naming all the whole foods. Like, give me the junk food. Like, what's your junk food? Give me all the stuff. The stuff that you think, well, let me say, stuff that you think that it's good. Like, folks like, yeah, I think that that's good. Maybe I should eat more of the sugar-free, like, you know what I mean? Like, well, what do you, name all your stuff. Non-starchy veggies are all the non-starchy veggies are over here. So veggies are great. Veggies. All of the non-starchy veggies, all of them. You know what I mean? Veggies, period. Gonna go over here. Are canned beans okay? It depends on the canned beans. You still didn't answer my question. Are you talking about like Bush's baked beans? No, Bush's baked beans are not. Those are canned beans. Those are not good. But if you're doing things like chickpeas and black beans and okay, yeah, you can do that. Those are okay canned. Just wash some of the salt off. But canned beans are great, but not the Bush's baked beans. Popcorn, depends on the popcorn, right? It depends on the popcorn. So I'm going to put popcorn over here, but with an asterisk. There's some better, you can have some popcorn from now and then, but I'm going to put an asterisk on it, right? And it depends on when you have the popcorn. That's another whole thing, but it's got an asterisk. So let's see. Oh, so I think somebody said rice. Rice is going to go over here with an asterisk, right? All my starchy stuff is going to have an asterisk. Yes, you can eat those, but those are the ones, when you see the asterisks, those are the ones we definitely got to worry about eating those in moderation. Moderation. And I'm going to tell you the percents here. Cake, ooh, good one. Cake, going to go over here. Going to go in the diesel fuel category. Coffee with, the coffee is good. Okay, coffee. Coffee is good. Coffee, but it's the creamer that you put in it. Why? Because that creamer is, most likely, it is dairy. Most likely it's dairy. So you see how I got all the stuff? Dairy. I got yogurt. Diet Coke. That's another good one. I'm going to put Diet Coke. Let me see. Diet Coke. Diet Coke. That's going to go in the diesel fuel category. Let me draw a line down the middle. Put a line down the middle. Let's see. Corn on the cob. Homemade popcorn. Yeah, homemade popcorn. Yeah. Like I said, popcorn's got an asterisk on it, right? Corn on the cob. You can do corn on the cob, but there's an asterisk, right? I'll just say corn with an asterisk, right? Moderation is definitely the key, right? We don't want to go overboard with it because it is a starchy veggie at the end of the day, the corn. Rice runs my blood sugar sky high. Okay, that's exactly, yeah, I know it does. That's why I got it over here, but I got it with an asterisk on it. You feel what I'm saying? Quinoa, great. That's a good one. Oh, good one. Looking for the ones we ain't seen. Quinoa, but again, there's an asterisk. Just like with the rice, these are starchy veggies. Matcha tea was to go over here. That's good. Tea's good. Red Bull, no. Red Bull it doesn't matter what the hell it has in it. It's Red Bull. Red Bull. Sweet potato. Shout out to Patty LaBelle, sweet potato pie. You know the Patty pie. Shout out to Patty LaBelle, but it's delicious. But it's gonna go in the diesel fuel category. When we're talking about blood sugar, folks, that's definitely gonna go into the diesel fuel categories. A lot of these things I'm putting them in that category for your overall health as well, not just diesel versus unleaded. We're talking about for your overall health, not just your blood sugar. You know what I'm saying? Sweet tea, definitely. So sweet tea, you got your herbal teas and stuff over there, great. But sweet tea is going to go over here. Diesel fuel, sweet tea. All right. Yams are going to go over here. Those are potatoes. Potatoes. Yeah. Asterisks though. Pizza is going to go over here. That's a good one. We know pizza is going to go over there. Butter, I would put butter in the dairy category. So butter, I would put that over here. If you want to do butter, there's different butters you can use. I wouldn't recommend dairy butter. You feel what I'm saying? Dairy, that's all dairy, right? I don't recommend the dairy. Mac and cheese, dairy. mac and cheese. That's a good one. Can you tell me why dairy is bad? Well, dairy is not. Then the short answer is dairy is not made for human consumption. That's the short answer. It's a milk hierarchy, and human beings ain't on that. What do we mean by that? Each species is supposed to have its own, drink its own milk. Human beings are the only species on this planet that continues to drink milk to basically be breastfed after weaning. Not only are we being breastfed, but we're being breastfed from the secretions of another animal, right? The breast milk of another animal. I bet you'd be mad as hell. I bet you'd be furious if your baby was at the hospital and they say, we need to give your baby some breast milk because you can't produce breast milk, and we need to use Sally's breast milk from like 3 doors down to feed your baby. You'd be so damn mad. You'd be furious. You want to give my baby someone else's breast milk? What? But that's kind of what we do. You know what I mean? Not only do we drink the breast milk of another mother, but it's the mother from another species. So that's just a little bit of why dairy is not made for human consumption. And if you put a lot of it, you eat a lot of dairy, it's going to cause you to have a lot of inflammation. You eat a lot of cheese Danishes, it's going to cause you to have a lot of inflammation, right? Cheese Danish. Put that over here as well. Cheese Danish. Okay. I'm just gonna put cheese, right? Just cheese in general. All right. All right. Fried chicken. Fried chicken. Burger. All the stuff on the burger is not going to be good. The burger for your blood sugar especially ain't going to be good. All right, we're going to eating Popeyes, eating some fried chicken. Then we're going over to Five Guys and getting you a burger from Five Guys. Like, nah, that ain't good. Milk, that's dairy. We just talked about milk. If you really want to know more about milk, like if you seriously really do want to know more about, you want to watch Utterly Amazing. I'm going to put it up here, right here. Utterly, I'm going to put it in red. Utterly Amazing. You want to watch Utterly Amazing, folks. You watch this documentary, and it's not even a documentary, it's a lecture. You watch that, and I promise you, your view on dairy, milk, and all that stuff will change. Once you understand the milk hierarchy, once you understand the hierarchy, here's the thing about when it comes to milk again, last thing about milk. When we talk about milk and protein, like I want to get a lot of protein. I get protein from milk, like where I get all protein, all that stuff. If you want real milk, like not the cow's milk is not real milk. It just doesn't have the most amount of protein. The milk that has the most amount of protein out of any species on this planet is, dun, 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 drum roll please, it is a mouse. It is a rat. A rat has, out of all the mammals on the planet, a rat's milk has the most protein. So if we're serious about freaking protein, we should skip the cow's milk and go straight to the rat's milk, because that stuff has 10 times the amount of protein than human milk. 10 times. It has about 8 times more protein than cow's milk. So you want strong muscles? Forget about the cow's milk and switch over to the rat's milk. I promise you, you'll get super swole. Yeah, I promise you. Just a little bit more about dairy. But anyhow, There's a lot of, please give a butter option. There's a lot of plant-based options out there. There's some plant-based options out there that you can get. Make sure you get the one with the avocado oil in it, though. The avocado oil. Those are better options. Because I don't recommend the dairy, folks. I don't recommend that you go crazy with the butter either. Even though it's a plant-based butter, you ain't eating that butter every day. Here's the thing. It's about 90, here's the rule. It's utterly amazing with a D, not T's. So it's 90% of the time. 90% of the time, we're doing the unleaded. 10% of the time, we're doing the diesel fuel. Do you have to be perfect? No, you don't have to be perfect. You don't got to be perfect. You just got to be, it's what you do most of the time. It's what you do most of the time that matters the most. There's a lot of stuff that we can name out over here, folks. Turkey burger. Again, it really doesn't. As long as the turkey burger doesn't have any nitrates in it, right? If it doesn't have any nitrates in it, okay. But the best thing that you can do, folks, because there's a lot of different brands out there, there's a lot of junk food out there, folks. Get this right here. Get that right there. You download that, Yucca. You download that, and you use that as your defense. So when you go into the grocery store, you use this as your defense. So download that. I promise you, when you go to the grocery store, your life will never be the same. Ice cream. Ice cream is okay. Gonna go over here. Another good one. All right. Ice cream. Gonna go down here in the diesel fuel category. Again, small percentage of the time, right? Not saying that you got to be perfect. The human body is very, very resilient. It's about what you do most of the time that matters the most. It's not like the car engine. The car engine, you put diesel fuel into it, it's going to break down. So you want to make sure that you're filling up on this stuff most of the time. And your car will, if you get a 90 on the test in high school, if you get a 90 on your test, you still get an A. You still get an A. Going out to catch rats, yeah. They've got the most amount of protein. But yeah, so back at it, right? Ghee, again, it's totally up to you, right? I don't recommend the dairy. Other people will, but hey, it's totally up to you when it comes to the ghee. I recommend a good avocado oil, coconut oil, or olive oil. Those are the ones I recommend. What about the nut milks? The nut milks are good. Again, use this app though when you go out, and make sure that you stay away from all the nut milks are good, but make sure you stay away from oat milk, right? Oat milk is not good. It's nothing but it's going to send your blood sugar sky high. But almond milk is better. Almond milk is a better option than oat milk. You see what I'm saying? You just got to be aware of this stuff. Now, when you go out in the store and you scan the Yucca app, it's going to tell you that oat milk is good. It makes you say, man, that oat milk is good. But when we're talking about blood sugar, oat milk is not good. Oat milk is not good. All right. MCT oil. Yeah. Okay. Good. That's nothing but some coconut oil, basically. MCT oil. You got avocado oil. You got olive oil, coconut oil. Those are the oils, right? You do MCT, it's basically just coconut oil, avocado oil, olive oil. If it ain't any of these oils right here, man, throw it out. Throw it out, right? So if it's canola oil, peanut oil, all of that stuff, throw it out, folks. It ain't good, right? It ain't good. Shrimp is that can go in. when we're talking about blood sugar is concerned, we'll put shrimp over here. Now, when it comes to shrimp, it's just all about people and their people's morals, right? Somebody may say, "Oh, I don't want to eat shrimp because it's the cockroach of the sea," or "I don't want to eat a lobster because the lobster is the cockroach of the sea." You feel what I'm saying? So it's just all about preferences. But as far as your blood sugar and your overall health, you can put that in the unleaded category, right? But again, it's just, hey, it's just all about, that's just the debate that you get into when it comes to shrimp, when it comes to morals at that point. Apples. Apples are going to go over here. Let's see. We'll do this. We'll do this for another 10 minutes. We'll go for another 10 minutes. We'll fill up this category because I want to make sure that you guys know what you're eating, that it's either helping your health or hurting your health. Now, if you need help with this thing, like I told you before, I want you to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, because right now we're still running that Black Friday deal, $69. You join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where if you've been struggling with this stuff or you've been confused about all of this, 14-day challenge is going to clean all that stuff up. It's a nutrition blueprint. It says if you follow this nutrition blueprint, you keep it going, just like over 300 people have done, you're going to get the same results. You're going to get similar results. It's just like they got. What is that? Whoo! Some people have been taken off of their medication. Some people have gone from an 8 to a 6. These people are just like you, folks. Their A1C went from an 8 to a 6 in 14 days. And these people are just like you. They're suffering from high blood sugar. So if you're suffering from high blood sugar, your next step is simple. Join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge and start reversing type 2 diabetes naturally, folks. If you want to do that, if you want to start reversing type 2 diabetes naturally, you want to use that discount code BLACK25. Join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Like I said, $69. That's what we're doing. It's normally $99. Black Friday still going down. Let's see. Fiber, yeah, fiber is great. What's my take on fiber? Fiber is your number. You better be filling up on some fiber. So a lot of these things that over here, here's where you get your fiber from. You're gonna get your fiber from your beans. You're gonna get your fiber from all of your fruits and veggies. All of this stuff has fiber in it, except for the meat does not have fiber in it. So salmon doesn't have fiber. Steak doesn't have fiber. You put your chicken over here, that ain't got no fiber. Eggs, we already put eggs, that doesn't have any fiber. You get your fiber from those veggies, those onions, mushrooms, bell peppers, things like that. If I don't get enough fiber, can I take a supplement? If you don't get enough fiber, taking a supplement is not going to be as beneficial as you would like, because you have to get a variety of fiber from all of the fruits and vegetables. This is where you get your fiber, fruits and vegetables, and your beans. That's where you get your fiber. If you ain't eating enough of those, you can try to substitute it, but you cannot substitute real fiber. You can't substitute real fiber. What happens after 14 days? I don't know. You tell me what happens after 14 days. You've got the option. At the end of those 14 days, that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, you've got the option to say, yeah, my numbers look great. Should I keep this thing going? Should I go beyond the challenge? Go to hang out with Kelley for 8 more weeks? Should I go beyond the challenge, or am I good? It's called Beyond the Challenge for true transformation. 8 more weeks we hang out. That's what happens after. But it's totally up to you. Can you make it through the 14 days? That's the question. You want to join that challenge? Discount code BLACK25, $69 to join that challenge, $39 live discount code. We'll be going for another 50 minutes because we're out of here at 10 today, folks. Can I screenshot the list? There you go. Yep. You can screenshot the list. Chia seeds, that's good. So I'm out of the way. There you go. Screenshot it. Chia seeds. That's all there. Okay. What else? You got to get through the 2 weeks first, brought by Universe. Right? You get through those 2 weeks, then we'll talk. Flax seeds, yeah, all seeds, all seeds. But yeah, that's it, folks. That's it. This is diesel fuel versus unleaded. Bread, okay, bread can go over here. It depends on the bread, right? If you're abusing the bread, yeah, bread is going to, it depends. If you're abusing the bread, it's going to go in the diesel fuel category. And if you're getting a low quality, like Wonder Bread, white bread, all of that stuff, even folks like, even things like whole wheat bread. People say like, oh, whole wheat bread. You know what I mean? If you get bread, folks, we're going to do like an Ezekiel bread, right? I'm going to put bread over here. Prefer you not do the bread. And I'm going to put an asterisk on it, but prefer you do things like Ezekiel bread. That's a much better option. There's a proper way to eat bread, which we talk about in another day. Shout out to your Saint A. Gordon. Shout out to you, boss. How's everything going? Days bread. Some days bread are good, saying some are not, right? But make sure you use that Yuka app. So that's it, folks. That's it. That's the difference between diesel fuel versus unleaded fuel. It's gonna wrap it up because we can be naming stuff for days. But people are always asking me, well, Kelley, well, what did you do, man? What did you do to reverse type 2 diabetes? How did you reverse yours? And here's what I did. Here's what I did. I switched my fuel source, folks. Here's what I did. I'm going to show you. I switched from the diesel fuel to the unleaded. Here it is. Here's switching from the diesel fuel to the unleaded fuel. Here's what it is. So this was when I was eating a bunch of diesel fuel. Look at this. You see all this? This is diesel fuel. That's called obesity, diabetes, heart disease, all of that. Diabetes, heart disease, obesity, all of that. All of that. That's it. You see the difference now? I switched my fuel source. I switched from the diesel fuel to the unleaded. Look at that. Look at the difference. Look at that. Look at that, folks. That's diesel fuel before. That's all I filled up on. And then I switched. All I did was switch over to the unleaded fuel source. That's it. And as a result, what happened? No more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. No more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. And as a result, that's from switching my fuel source. Switched over to the unleaded. I filled up on that. When I was going through my transformation, folks, I wasn't filling up on diesel fuel at all. I ain't even touched diesel fuel. I ain't touched that. I was so focused, folks. When I came to reversing type 2 diabetes, when it came to reversing insulin resistance, I was so damn focused. I wasn't even doing the 90-10 rule. I was just going 100. I was just foot on the gas. Foot on the gas. And then that's how you're going to have to be, folks. You're going to have to put your foot on the gas. Because defeating type 2 diabetes, it takes work. It takes getting outside of your comfort zone. Here's the thing. If type 2 diabetes is your problem, is your challenge, if high blood sugars is your challenge, convenience won't fix it. Being comfortable won't fix it. Change will. That's it. That's the only thing that's going to fix your high blood sugar. Change. The only thing. You can try and try and try, and you can try until the freaking cows come home, as they say. We're talking about dairy. We can you can try until the cows come home. If you want to know what's going to happen, nothing is going to happen. You can take medication, all the medication that you want. But until the food becomes your medicine, you're going to be a prisoner to type 2 diabetes. You'll never be free of it. It's going to continue to run your life. But here's the thing. I totally get how crazy, how frustrating that is to have that thing running your life. I showed you my pictures right in. Look, and show you some more. You know what I mean? I know how frustrating it is to have it running your life. That's why I created a 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for people just like you who are struggling, who don't want to struggle anymore, who've gotten to the point where they say change isn't just desired. Damn it, it's downright necessary. They're done with the bottomless pit of more and more and more medication. They're ready for real change. Can you imagine that? Actually reversing this thing and owning your health. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine whipping type 2 diabetes? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine having the kind of control where you never have to freak out about your blood sugar again? Can you imagine having that type of control, folks? You want to know how to do it? A lot of people always ask, how do I do it? How do you do it, Kelley? Well, this is where you do it right here. You change that right there. You change what's at the end of your fork. You change your fuel source, just like I did, just like over 300 people who have joined this challenge. They're starting to do. They're starting to do it. They're no different than you. The only thing is they took action. If you're ready to take action, you say, yeah, I'm ready to take action against type 2 diabetes. I'm ready to take a stand against type 2 diabetes. Damn it. I'm ready to stand for something. Because if I don't, I'll fall for anything. You know that? If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Here it is. Could I explain the board behind me? Here's the board. When you eat food, you're going to either eat two things. Either you're going to be eating something that's helping your health or hurting your health. Those are the only two things. So think of it like whenever you go to the gas station. Are you going to fill up on diesel fuel? No, you wouldn't fill up on diesel fuel. Why? Because it will tear up your engine. Your engine will be, You got to go get it repaired. A lot of repairs. But if you filled up on unleaded fuel, look, if you fill up on diesel fuel, your car is going to break down. But if you fill up on unleaded fuel, your car is just going to keep on running and running. Yeah, you have to get normal maintenance, tire rotation, oil change. Sure, you'll have to get that. Might take the Firestone here and there for a little checkup. But it's still ultimately going to run like a champ week after week, month after month, year after year. But on the other hand, you put that diesel fuel in there, that car is going to be at the mechanic so freaking much that you can't even, like, damn, man, we might as well just get a new freaking car. You feel what I'm saying? Stay away from the diesel fuel. But here's the thing. As a human being, we're resilient. Do you have to be 100% perfect? You don't have to be 100% perfect. It's about what you do most of the time that matters the most. So if you're doing this about 90% of the time, you having a little diesel fuel here and there, okay, all right. But what are you doing most of the time that matters the most, the bigger picture? That's going to determine your overall health. That's going to determine if you are continuing to suffer from type 2 diabetes or not. Those are the two options. That's the board, folks. Those are the two options. Either fill up on diesel fuel or fill up on unleaded. And you want to know something that I didn't even break this thing down? I got a little dash. Look how diesel fuel is spelled, folks. Look how they spell it. Look how it's spelled. D-I-E, cell. D-I-E, die. Cell. It's where your cells go to die. When you fill up on diesel fuel, it's when your cells go to die. you look, I'm not making this up. See, look how you spell diesel. That's really how you spell it. It's where your cells go to die. You fill up on it too much. You're ready to change this whole thing. You say, yeah, I'm ready to change this whole thing. I've been dealing with this diabetes for too long, 20 years, 30, 15, 20 years. I don't know. It's been kicking my butt for a long time. If diabetes has been kicking your butt for a long time, if that's you, then it's time for something to change. Because what you resist, it will persist. What are you resisting? You're resisting change. I know it, because I resisted the same thing. I resisted changing what I was eating. And as a result, I told you, I showed you the pictures. I wouldn't even be able to wear this shirt. People say they love this shirt, right? They like my shirt. I wouldn't be able to wear this shirt and flex my muscles. I wouldn't even be able to do that. Wear this shirt 5 years ago. Because my belly will be way out here. It would be off. You see how I'm fitting in this screen right now? 5 years ago, my body wouldn't have been able to fit in this screen. I would have been out here. I would like some of me will be out here. How did I lose the weight? How did I reverse type 2 diabetes? How did I reverse the heart disease? How did I reverse all of that stuff? It's the same way that you're going to do it. The same way that you're going to have to do it if you ever have plans on ever getting rid of high blood sugar. You are going to have to change your fuel source. And there's no way around it. True change begins when you confront the problem head on. When you confront the problem head on, that is when true change begins. What the hell is the problem? Oh, what you're eating. That's what it is. That's what the problem is. When the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. You feel what I'm saying? Let that settle in. I say it all the time, but if you're new to me, let that settle in. When the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no damn need. Just like it was for me. And I'm no different than you. It's 300 people, over 300 people have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Because they were sick and tired of diabetes running their life. So they decided that they were going to do something a little bit different because they were frustrated at their high blood sugar every single day. And they joined that 14-day challenge. And they're starting to reverse type 2 diabetes naturally. And they're going to be owning their health. You imagine that? Owning your health? Owning diabetes instead of it owning you? You do that, that's where real control begins. That's the kind of control that you want, where you ain't got to freak out about your blood sugar ever again. You can go like Thanksgiving. You just had Thanksgiving, right? There's a lot of people probably freaked out about their blood sugar at Thanksgiving because you had you had the pie, you had all the macaroni and cheeses, you had it all. Damn it. And you just got so full, you didn't even know, you couldn't even move. Like, oh, damn. And you were concerned about your blood sugar, weren't you? I know you were. But wouldn't it be nice to get to that day where you say, dang, I ain't got to worry about my blood sugar anymore because I reversed this freaking thing. Because here's it is. It's reversible. You can kick that type 2 diabetes in the butt. Boom. Kick it out of your life forever. If you, my friend, are willing to flip the switch. If you're willing to flip the switch and go on at this thing head on like it's going at you, because it's going at you head on, it ain't playing with you. You're playing with it, but it ain't playing with you. The question is, how do you combat it? How do you beat diabetes back into submission? Starts with the food. It's predominantly what you're eating. Somebody said earlier, I was saying predominantly. Yeah. Mostly. That's what it means. Once you realize that, that is when you gain true strength. You gain true strength when you realize it's been the food the whole time. So if you had diabetes 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, however long you had it, the whole freaking time it's been the food. Hang out with me for 14 days in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Just like over 300 people have done, and start reversing this thing naturally, folks. Because that's what it's going to take. If you're ready to reverse this thing, start reversing this thing naturally, you want to use this discount code BLACK25 and join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Where is it? It is linked in my bio right here. If you click right here and you click on my picture again, that is where it is linked. Use that discount code BLACK25. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, let me show you where it is. Hold on. My screen is freezing. All right, there we go. We're back. We're back. All right, here we go. Here's how you get to that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. So if you click right here, you click on my picture again, it's going to take you over here, right here. Here it is right here. You click right here. You see that where it says link tree? There it is. There's a lot of goodies on this page too, folks. If you haven't gotten it already, I'm telling you, there's a quiz. Go take the quiz, folks. It's a 2-minute quiz that you can take. Understand and learn your diabetes management style. The masterclass, absolutely free. All you got to do is pay attention. But for my folks who are ready for serious change, right here, if that's you, you say, damn it, I'm ready for serious change. Diabetes has been whipping my butt for so long. I'm tired of having insulin resistance. If that is you, then this 14-day challenge is literally calling your name. All right? What the people are saying, I can tell you. Ready to take control of your blood sugar? What the people are saying, I can tell you what the people are saying. What are they saying? What are they saying? Here's what they're saying. I tell you, some people are saying that it's the best $69 they've ever spent, or $79. It's only $79, but it's $69 now for this Black Friday. Whoo! Why? Because people have been taken off of their medication by the doctor by going through this 2-week challenge, getting outside of their comfort zone for 14 days, putting in the work. And as a result, the doctor took them off of their medication. I can't do that. The doctor can. And the doctor did. People are taking their A1C from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days, folks. Someone's blood sugar was at a 500. Their fasting blood sugar. And by day 8, it was at 173. Come on now. Day 8, that's over 300 points. Why? It's a proven system. It's the food, folks. It is a 14-day food challenge. What are we going to be eating? Real, whole, unprocessed foods. This stuff over here. That's what we're going to be eating. We're just going to change the order. It's $99 to join that challenge. Normally. But if you use that discount code, the live discount code, the last day of the Black Friday deal, where you're going to get this thing for $69, 30% off. It's the last day, folks. Use that discount code BLACK25. You're joining the challenge for 30% off. $69 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Where your life, your blood sugar, none of that stuff is ever going to be the same again. There's even been people who've lost 15 pounds on this 14-day challenge. It's not even about weight loss, folks. It's about the blood sugar, because you get the blood sugar right, whoo, you get everything right. You fix everything. You get the blood sugar right. Come on now. Your body's going to be like, thanks, saying thank you. You get your blood sugar right. Your body's going to be saying thank you. You switch your fuel source, your body's going to say thank you, and it's going to reward you very, very quickly. But the thing is, you just got to get outside of your comfort zone. Because ignoring the problem only strengthens its grip. If you ignore the problem of high blood sugar and not getting down to the root cause of it, it is just simply strengthening its grip on you. Diabetes has got you in its clutches. You ever notice that year after year, it gets worse and it progresses? It's got you in its clutches. So ignoring the problem only strengthens its grip. December 1st is coming up. January 1st is also coming up. A lot of people have New Year's resolutions. They say New Year's resolutions, this is going to be my year. This is going to be my year. Like, what you going to do this year? What you going to do this year? I don't know, but it's going to be my year. That's what we say in January. This is the year I'm going to reverse diabetes. This is the year I'm going to lose the weight. This is the year I'm going to do this. This is the year I'm going to write that book. This is the year I'm going to... We do a lot of stuff in January 1st. Did you know that most of the people, by the time the end of January comes, or by the time Valentine's Day comes, like most of those New Year's resolutions are out the window. The gyms are packed on the 1st of January. First week or two of January, the gyms are packed. Okay? But when it comes to get around again, like late January or early February, whoo, crickets in there again, crickets. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. If you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, let's just say you join today and you start on December 1st, that's Monday, it's a couple of days from now. You start on Monday. You'll be 31 days. Did you know you'll be 31 days ahead of those folks? 31 days ahead. That's a hell of a head start. It's a hell of a head start. And after 14 days, you're gonna be loving your blood sugar so much that I promise you. This is a lot of stuff that I get. A lot of people tell me, like, hey, after the 14 days, they're like kind of cautious now. They're kind of cautious now of food because they realize that that's what it was. They're like, man, my blood sugars are looking real good now, man. They're in the normal range. I don't want it to go back up, so I'm real cautious now because I love feeling good like this. Because here's the thing, folks, nothing tastes as good as how being healthy feels. Did you know that? Nothing tastes as good as how being healthy feels. Nothing tastes that damn good. But being healthy, whoo, that feels amazing. Question is, do you want to feel healthy? Do you want to feel amazing? That's the question. Who'd want to feel amazing? If you could feel amazing when it comes to type 2 diabetes, if you could feel amazing, put a me in the chat. If you just love to feel amazing, like, damn it, I want to feel amazing. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are running around at about like 50 to 60%, half of what they could be. Put a me in the chat if you just love to feel amazing. Put a me in the chat. Any me's? Okay. No me's. All right. That's all good. I get it. 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 Because you don't know what it feels like to feel amazing. It's been so long since you felt amazing. When I asked you that question, you just like, it's like you don't even know what that feels like. You can't even imagine that. because it's been that many years since you felt amazing. But here's the thing though, folks. If you're suffering from type 2 diabetes, it's causing you to not feel amazing. You start putting a fuel source into your body that you're supposed to have, you're going to start to feel amazing rather quickly, because this is what your body's been begging for. It's been begging for you to give it the right fuel source. It's been begging. But it never gets it. And as a result, your condition just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse, folks. We don't want that. Something has to change. So if this is making sense to y'all, folks, this is making sense. Put a health yes in the chat on what you got to do to kick type 2 diabetes to the curb, to get rid of your frustration that you've got. You've got some frustration. I get it. Put a health yes in the chat if this is making sense to you on what you got to do going forward. This is making sense on what you got to do. Okay, if it's not making sense, then you definitely want to join that 14-day challenge. If this is not making sense, what I'm saying to you is not making sense to you, then you definitely need to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, because I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible for you. It's Black Friday. Still, Black Friday was yesterday, but we still got it going on today. This is it. This is the last day of the Black Friday deal. Black Friday deal for what? To join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Over 300 people have joined. Where people are starting to reverse type 2 diabetes naturally, using the power of the food. And at the end, when you do that, you'll have the kind of control that you ain't never got to worry about your daggone blood sugar again. You ain't got to freak out about it. If every doctor's visit feels like bad news on repeat, break that thing. If that's you, if every doctor's visit feels like bad news on repeat, break that cycle. Break it. Do something different the next 90 days or 14 days. Do something different the next 14 days than you did the previous 14 days. And when it comes to things like blood sugar, you can change that very, very dramatically in a good way, like many people have done. From over 300, their blood sugar, to over 100, to under 100 once they finish the challenge. Starting off at over 300, over 400, over 500. Down to the hundreds in 8 days. $20 more minutes during that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, and we out of here today. Let's go. Let's do it. How do we know it's working for us? How do we know what's working for us? Amazingly healthy. How many points in the A1C can it drop in 14 days? Well, there's been people who have dropped from 2 points, from an 8 to a 6. I mean an 8, their whole 8. I mean a whole 8, 8.0 to a 6.0, 14 days. And she was also taken off of her medication, by the way. Someone else went from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. It is a nutrition blueprint, folks. It is a strategy, a nutrition strategy that we're using. We're just using this real food, but we're using it in a very specific strategy. It's a patent, it's a proven formula. Okay? You show up, you do the work. I already know what's going to happen. I already know you're going to get the results because it's proven it. Over 300 people have done it. This is like it's like a big study. And everybody who's done it, they've done it the correct way. All of their numbers have improved dramatically in 14 days. Because the whole time it's been the food. That's how many points your A1C can drop in 14 days. What's the 14 days? Say 14-day blueprint. Let me sit down. You know what? I'm going to sit down. Let me sit down, folks. Because I'm going to be doing a lot of standing today. Ooh, I'm going to be doing a lot of running today. I'm back on the court again. Basketball, referee basketball, folks. It's fun. High school basketball. Yesterday was, whoo. These guys were dunking and all kinds of stuff yesterday. Yeah, some big guys yesterday on that court. Woo, tournament. But anyhow, what's the 14-day challenge? 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is for people who are, again, struggling with insulin resistance. You've had diabetes for many, many years. No matter what you do, you can't get your numbers right. It's just an endless battle with more and more and more medication. Here it is. You click right here. You click on my picture again. Here's how you join it. It is a nutrition blueprint. You follow this nutrition blueprint, folks. I told you, over 300 people have done. So you click right here. You click on my picture again. You click right here, and you see where it says link tree. See where it says link tree right there. Click on it says link tree. There's a lot of goodies on there. There's a quiz. There's a master class also for my folks over here on this one as well. Click that link in my description. But here's the challenge right here. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What you can expect that if you show up and you do the work and you do it again the next day for 14 days, you get outside of your comfort zone for 14 days, you can expect to see your blood sugar change dramatically. Like the numbers I just gave you. All through the power of your food, folks, because the food is the medicine and the medicine is the food. That's it. What are the people saying? Do you see the emails that I get are crazy. I get a lot of emails telling me, people telling me about their amazing numbers. 7 days, 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, day 14. It's crazy. If you're ready for change, if you're ready for that, take your health to the next level. Use that discount code BLACK25. I know if you still can't see it. But anyhow, it's BLACK25. Let me see if I can raise this up. Oh, let me bring that back. Hold on. That ain't it. But it's BLACK25. Let me see. Boards. I don't know where it is. Hold on. There it is. I got it. BLACK25 is the code, folks. Use that discount code. It's $69. You're doing that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Instead of $99, $69. That's where it is. And we're getting ready to get out of here in 15 minutes, folks. So if you want to use it, now is the time to use it, because today is the last day that you're going to be able to use this BLACK25 for $69 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, because we don't come on Sundays. We're off on Sunday, folks. And Monday is going to be December 1st. You know, December 1st, if you start on December 1st, folks, I'm telling you, you join the challenge today, you start on December 1st, Monday, you're going to be 31 days ahead of those people who said that they're going to start on January 1st as far as their New Year's resolutions is concerned. See, but we ain't focusing on New Year's resolutions. You know what we're focusing on? We're focusing on showing up and doing the work. We're focusing on right now, because tomorrow ain't promised. Tomorrow ain't promised to any of us. So if you're sick of type 2 diabetes running your life, you're sick of dealing with high blood sugars, because I understand how frustrating that is to have high blood sugar. If that's you, your next step is simple. Join the 14-day challenge and start reversing type 2 diabetes naturally. Imagine reversing type 2 diabetes and owning your health. Can you imagine that? That way, like I said, you ain't got to worry about, you don't have to be worried about, stressed out about your health, or you're freaking out about your blood sugar ever again. Just live your life normally without having to freak out about blood sugar, without having to prick your finger every time you turn around. You got to prick your finger to find out what's your blood sugar after that meal you just ate. Or maybe it's too high, or maybe it's too low. You just want to have nice, balanced blood sugar. There's other things that you can be worried about. You want to worry about other things, right? You want to worry about, walking your kids down the aisle. You want to worry about seeing your kids graduate. You want to be worried about a whole bunch of other things. You don't want to worry about, you want to be concerned. Let me say, you want to be concerned with other things. You don't want to be concerned or worried about your blood sugar. That ain't what you want to be worried about. But if you are worried about your blood sugar, if you're also always worried about the constant spikes all the time, if you're always taking more and more and more medication, just the bottomless pit of more and more medication, if you're always doing that, you want to know what it's time to do something different. It's time to do something different, folks. And until you do something different, I'm telling you, diabetes is going to continue to run the show. Something has to change. And change isn't just a choice. It's the key to unlocking your potential, folks. Change isn't just a choice. It's the key to unlock your potential. You feel me? Just like the key to unlocking your diabetes freedom, the key is what you're eating. You change what you're eating. This stuff up here, I wrote up here on the board. You change that. You change the whole trajectory of your health, the whole trajectory of your family's health. Here's the thing about diabetes, folks. It starts with you. You can change the whole trajectory of your family. So if diabetes runs in your family, you can be the one. You can be the Neo of your family for the Matrix, folks. You can be the one that changes the whole thing. If you just remember this, that diabetes ran in my family until it ran into me. Diabetes ran in my family until it ran into me. And you ended it. Just like I'm getting ready to end this live here, folks, because we're getting ready to get out of here. Do me a favor, folks. Double tap, be about that screen and share this live out with anybody that you know that's struggling with this condition. If anybody that you know struggling with this thing badly and they're sick of it running their life, send this thing to them. Tell them, hey, you might need to consider joining the 14-day challenge. You might need to consider it. Actually, don't even consider it. Do it. Some of the emails I get, folks, I'm telling you, people email me saying that this challenge has saved their life because they wasn't going to be around for much longer had they kept doing the same thing. And they needed a little guidance, needed a little direction because they were feeling trapped in their own body. Can you turn neuropathy around? Yeah, you can. You can. You got to do the work, though. The stuff that I'm talking about up here. Neuropathy is going to be one of the last things that goes. But you can turn it around. You're just going to have to do the work. Because like I said, neuropathy, it takes a while for you to get it. It's going to take a while for you to get rid of it. But you can't get rid of it. Depends on how bad you let it get. If you let it get real bad, where it gets to the point where we're talking about amputation, okay, then then you let it get a little bit too bad. Or a lot bit too bad when we're talking about amputation. But if you let it get to the point where you got some tingling going on, you can turn that around. If you catch it in the early stages, let me say that. But if you let it get in that later stages, whoo, uphill battle. Uphill battle. But that's it, folks. We're getting ready to get out of here. Any other last questions before we get out of here today? Like I told you, if you want to use that discount code, now is the time to do it. Black 25. But until then, folks, here's the thing. The longer you delay, the deeper the problem embeds itself. The longer you delay on making these changes, the deeper it's going to embed itself. So if you're sick of it embedding itself on you, you're going to have to do something different. You're going to have to make some changes. You got a choice. Either do it or don't do it. That's the cost. Neglect. We call it neglect. Don't do it, and it's called neglect. Here's the thing about neglect. Shh, it's silent. But its consequences, whoo, are loud. Its consequences are really, really loud. Can you sprinkle some sea salt on beans for flavor? Yeah, you can. Sea salt's great. Sea salt is great. We've got a lot of choices in this world, folks. When it comes to reversing type 2 diabetes or not, you've got a choice. Because the ball is in your court. I'm gonna leave you with this. It is a very, very reversible condition. You can either sit on your hands and do nothing, and continue to just been taking all of the medications that you've been taking, and then ask yourself, how has this been working out for you? All this medication that I've been taking. If you're good with the medication, I'm not a doctor, I can't tell you to get off your medication or not. But I wasn't good with it. When I got prescribed all this stuff, I was like, I'm not good with that. So the only way that I can get out of it is I knew that I had to stare it in the face. I had to stare change right in the face. Right in the face. It's like I showed you on those pictures. No more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. Same thing is going to happen to you, but you've got a choice. You see, here's the thing, folks. When we're born, we look like our parents, right? That's what we look like. So I'm going to get back to that. Hold that thought. But last thing, though, folks, last chance. Join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you're struggling with type 2 diabetes, high blood sugar, it's linked in my bio. Use that discount code of BLACK25, the last day. To use that discount code, $69 to join that challenge. It's a lot of freebies as well, folks. There's a quiz on there. There's a master class. There's a PDF. If you haven't done any of those, go do them. If you've got choices when it comes to type 2 diabetes, you don't have to let it take you out slowly. You don't have to let it take you out 15, 20 years too soon. You've got the choice. You've got the choice. You see, when we're born, we look like our parents. But when we die, we look exactly like our choices.